Anaiah's POV. I touch the side of the bed to find Leandre is not there. I scowl and drag myself out of bed, ignoring the burning sensation between my legs. I get into the shower and smile when the hot water hit my skin. After cleaning myself thoroughly, I go to the closet, picking out a simple black dress that reaches my knees and pumps. I hustle downstairs. I meet some pack members who politely greet me, or look at me like I'm dirt, however. I try not to get intimidated. Hello, a short, pretty lady with big curls and a slim figure smiles cheerfully at me. I wave back with the same energy. You are Anaiah, right? Yes. The king asked me to keep you company today as they are busy with work at the headquarters, she informs me, cheerily. Oh, my name is Angie, by the way. She extends her hand to me, and I shake it. Don't worry. I'll try to be good company. So what do you want to do? She asks. Can you show me around the pack house? I ask. She nods and takes me outside. The pack house is very impressive and magnificent. Angie is very chatty and cheerful. She mostly skips and does not walk. I like her. We have met some interesting Lycans who are quite friendly. Darius and Justine are a gay couple who stay not far from here. By the time it was evening, I was beginning to miss my mate. My eyes roamed to the door, but it didn't open, and when I ask about him, Angie says he was busy with work. Can I at least talk to him? She looks unsure, glancing down at the phone in her hand. He'll call, I'm sure, she says, and I decide to leave it. We go to one of the TV rooms to watch a movie on Netflix. The movie is a comedy, and the whole way through we couldn't stop laughing. I like Kevin Hart, says Darius, getting up to get more snacks. We play ping pong, and the guys are amazing at it, so I don't even join. After eating a sandwich, my eyes couldn't open anymore, and I went to bed. In the middle of the night, I felt the deepen and his scent enveloped me. However, I was too tired to move, but he kept me in his embrace. Good morning, my love. I hear the voice of my mate, the only sound I want to wake up to every morning. He kisses my lips, but I move away. What? He asks, squinting his eyes. I point at my lips, and he smiles in realization. He grabs both my hand and pins them over my head, bending down to kiss me. He bites me and I gasp, giving him a chance to shove his tongue into my mouth. We share a burning kiss, and my lips move against his in sync, in one with my mate. He sits on top of me, making sure not to put all his weight on me. Good morning, love, I greet. He is smiling as he stares at me lovingly. I missed you yesterday. Did you have a good day? He asks. I sit up when he gets off of me. I'm straddling him and my arms are over his broad muscles. I missed you too. We discuss our day and he tells me that he was busy at the headquarters in town, and he was also handling some issues with other Lycan packs. Is something wrong? I ask, worried, but he shakes his head. Nothing I can't handle, he tells me. Going in the direction of the closet, only do I realize he was from the shower. I follow him and help him with his tie. He looks gorgeous in a suit. I'll be gone for a few hours, and then when we come back, we are going to dinner at my parents', so pick out a dress and Angie will help you, he informs me. I nod my agreement, even though I'm a little nervous to be meeting his parents. Arya told me that they are lovely, so I have nothing to worry about, I guess. He puts his hand on my neck and kisses me, and then my neck. I bring my fingers to my neck, where his mark is supposed to be, and frowns. What is it? He asks. Nothing. I dismiss him, and turn to walk in the direction of the bathroom, but he grabs my wrist and twirls me to him. We are so close, and his neck is bent, so that he puts his forehead over mine. What is it, baby? I debate on whether to tell him or not. Will I look desperate if I do? Why haven't you marked me yet? I blurt out. He freezes, and I examine his facial expressions. He is conflicted. Is stopping him from marking us? He sighs and then smiles. I will. I was just thinking you're not ready for that yet. He seems unsure with his answer. I am, but you are hesitant. Are you hiding something? Leandre's POV. She's looking at me with her big blue eyes, expecting an answer that I couldn't give. The marking process makes our thoughts and emotions vulnerable, and as much as I want to mark my precious mate, I don't want to hurt her. What if she finds out the truth? Not only that, she sees that these hands have known more blood than anything. I have killed too many people, and I'm scared for the first time that if she sees who I am, she will revolt against me. I bend down to kiss her lips, and automatically, hers move against mine. Soon, I tell her. She nods, and I exit the room. I find Dan waiting for me in my office. He is scrutinizing me. Say it. Aren't you going to tell her? He asks. I sigh, knowing that I should soon. I should have told her about her already. But I didn't want to break her fragile heart. I love her too much. I will. We continue to talk about work and the growing animosity between the North Lycan pack and us. We are the strongest, but their joining with rogues is giving them numbers, which is why we have to ally with the Sunrise Lycans pack. They are a huge pack with numbers and wealth, even though they are not the strongest. My king, we have faced and attacked on the border. The Northern again, but we managed to subdue them. The patrol officer informs me. I wonder why they try, as in, they always lose, sighs Arya through the mind link. The door opens and Arya walks in. She plops in a seat next to my beta. They are enemies of us, and they believe we can't coexist, says Dan. I didn't want war with them, but they are leaving us no choice. They are even using wolves, I add. They very well know that werewolves are vulnerable against Lycans, and we can take them out within minutes. Many have tried to wipe us out because we are a stronger and dominant pack. However, they will fail, Arya says confidently, and she is not wrong. We are the strongest. Amos's POV. I was raging. I was angry at everyone around me, and especially that fucking Lycan King. He took my mate from me, and he will pay dearly for this. I pace around my office, take back my seat, and close my eyes as I come up with a plan to take my mate back. I feel someone straddles me, and I almost groan in disgust. However, I let her do her work, needing a release. The Omega pulls down my pants and lowers herself down and sits on my dick, burying my dick in her fully. She begins to bounce up and down. I tear her shirt and bra, feasting my eyes on her. I caress her breast, and she lets out a moan as she bounces faster. Age alpha. I can feel my climax close, and I grip her hips, making her move faster and more vigorously. Alpha, she says in a deep voice as I come, and she squirms. She inhales and lays her head on my chest, but I push her off me. Clean up, I order her as I leave the room, only to meet Eunice. I feel irritated at her sight, but compose myself knowing fully well that I need the Alpha's daughter to merge our packs. Now more than ever that I want back my mate with me. Eunice, I acknowledge. My dad is asking if we are continuing this alliance or not. She sounds annoyed, knowing that I just fucked that little Omega. I jerk my head up when the scent of my mate hits me. I frantically look around until I realize we are close to the suite that bastard stayed in. This alliance is still happening. I'm sorry, I say, holding her neck. I bring her close to kiss her, and she smiles, kissing me back. Our kiss becomes intense, and I have a good idea of mating with her in the suite, where my mate's sweet scent is strongest. I pound in her relentlessly, and she screams my name. I take her from behind and slam into her over and over again. Baby, she moans. I smile and kiss her back. I imagine my mate in her place. When we come, we both lie on the bed. She is happy and satisfied while my mind roams to my plan. I need Anaiah here with me, not this woman. I was a fool to let her go. Eunice notices my frown and gives me a severe look. She caresses my cheek and asks if I'm doing all right, and I nod, giving her a peck on her lips. Later in the day, I talk to Alpha Ezra, Eunice's father, about merging our packs, and we agree on terms. I was still plotting on how to get my mate back when my mind linked me, telling me that the northern Lycans attacked King Leandra's pack. I smiled, knowing exactly what I needed to do. A smirk appears on my lips, and Narcissus surfaces, supporting my plan. He wants this as much as I do. Anaiah's POV. Weeks have passed by since I have been here, and my life is going great, but I feel like they are hiding something from me. I search my brain and search around the room we share with Leon for any sort of clues, but none come up. Lately, he has been acting strange. Even Dan and Arya look guilty of something. My phone rings and I go to answer it. "Hi, my love," Leon speaks. I sit on the bed. "Hello. How are you?" He sighs in exhaustion and stays silent for a long time before he speaks. "Tiresome. How are you?" "I'm bored, but I'm going to work soon," I inform him, not used to staying at home and looking pretty like they all expect me to. "No," he booms, and I roll my eyes. "I'm going to work like I've been since you left, and there is nothing you will say to stop me." I defy him firmly. I end the call and get ready for work. Since I didn't get my diploma, I found a job as a waitress at a 5-star hotel. I think it helped that the owner of the hotel is related to Angie. After the shower, I wear my black trousers, white button shirt, and heels that I can walk in. I carry a bag and go downstairs to meet Angie. She is frowning but smiles when she sees me. "He scolded you, didn't you?" I ask. She nods and sighs. "The king is just worried about your safety. As queen, you will be a target of attacks. And the easiest way to weaken him." I scoff dismissively at that. "I may be his Luna, but only a few close friends of his pack members know of our bond. He hasn't officially introduced me to the pack. It's like he's hiding me from the world." I ask myself if he's embarrassed by me, because we are not on the same level, or if I'm not good enough for these powerful Lycans. I link my arms to Angie, determined to go to work with or without Leon's approval. "When is he coming back from his business trip?" "In 2 days. You are so stubborn, you know," she scowls, opening the car door for me. She gets in the driver's seat and plays her favorite jazz music. Soon, we reach the hotel and I get out, going straight to the restaurant. The manager orients me about the place since I was working in another department, when I started, and introduces me to the staff. They are friendly. Angie sits in the corner as she does, and Jake joins her. He's my bodyguard. I didn't want one, but Leon insisted I have them by my side at all times. The restaurant is really busy, but we manage. I've also met 2 nice ladies, Anna and Mutinta. During lunchtime, I take some food to Angie and Jake, and we sit and eat. Jake is fun to be with, and we have become close friends since one of the duties as Gamma is to take care and protect the king's mate. After my lunch break is over, I go back to taking orders and serving. By the time I knock off, I've made $100 in tips alone, as the customers were pleased with me. I shared it between Mutinta, Haley, and me. They refused, but I gave them anyway. As we drive back home, my heart was frantic. I just knew that Leon was mad that I defied him. And I ended the call with him to top it off. I switched off my mobile phone. I slowly got out of the car and walked to the room. I sucked in a breath. And indeed, my mate was there, fuming with anger. Only wearing his shorts, and in his hands a long whip that reminded me of the one Arya used to whip that man in Victoria's Secret store. "Hey, you're back a day earlier," I sigh. He looks at me with dark, hooded eyes, and he comes to kiss me savagely that I squirm. Gently, I whimper. He nods and carries me to bed. I straddle him and kiss him gently. My body is getting hot, and he slaps my ass cheek. "You disobeyed," he breathes, harshly nibbling my neck. "I'm sorry, but you just can't keep me here like this. I need a life," I tell him, with difficulty. It's getting hard to breathe as his kisses are relentless on my skin. "I don't like being disobeyed," he husks. "Baby, you have to be punished." I pull away from him and raise an eyebrow. His eyes are angry, and I retreat from him, falling to my side. He gets up, towering over me, and picks me up. My heart is beating out of my chest. "Strip and lay on your stomach," he orders. I hesitate, shaking my head. "Or Jake and Angie will be punished." Anaiah's POV. Mature content. My eyes almost bulge out of their socket. Is he threatening my friends? "I'm serious, Anaiah. You can't disobey me like that," he says in a hostile tone. I nod and climb onto the bed, laying on my stomach. My body is shivering and tears are flowing down. I gasp when I hear the slash of a whip on my ass and sit up, looking at him, but the man I love is far consumed with anger. He's not seeing me. "Anaiah, get back in position," he says. I shake my head. "Okay, I'll call Jake and—" "Fine, I'll do it," I cry, trembling. He whips me again, and at some point he told me to count with him. I did just that in a low, faint voice, and when we reached 10, my ass was on fire. He lays next to me and cuddles me. I want to revolt against him, but I can't. "I'm sorry," he whispers, holding me closer to his chest and kissing my hair. I cry in his chest, and he soothes me. The next morning, I woke up with him in my arms. He smiles and kisses my lips, but I avert, so he kisses my cheek. "I deserve that," he chuckles. I get out of his grasp and face the other way, still hating what happened last time. "Lay on your stomach, please." I shake my head on the verge of tears, and hurt crosses his features. He pulls out an ointment bottle, and I understand what he wants to do. I do just that, and he begins to rub my butt, but I hiss at the pain. He kisses it and continues to rub the ointment. My buttocks feel numb, and I sigh in relief. There is no pain coming from there. He slowly hovers over me to get me a massage, and I relax. Damn. He's good at this. "Have you heard of BDSM?" he suddenly asks. I turn my attention to him and nod. "Arya told me a bit about it." I sigh, sitting up and grabbing my phone. Today my shift is in the evening, so I'm not so eager to get out of bed. He explains to me everything I need to know about BDSM, and how I should fully subject myself to him when making love, but only if I want. I can call him sir and nothing else. And a DOM can bind your hands or ankles with either handcuffs or cable ties. They can either punish or reward you. As he continued to explain, my body was on fire and my pussy was pulsating. "I can smell your arousal, so that's a good sign. I'm sure my face is the color of a tomato, and I try to get away from the bed." Keyword TRY. "Do you like such things?" I ask. He nods and crashes his lips on mine. I cry out at the sudden intrusion in my core. He's pounding in me like a madman, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. "Always so tight, baby," he pants. I moan his name loudly, and he abruptly turns me so I'm on my four walls, taking me from behind. As he thrusts in me, he slaps my ass, making me yelp in surprise. I feel myself getting closer. "I'm coming," I scream. "Don't." His voice is deep, and I oblige. He fucks me over and over again. Tears are rolling down my face as the need to overcome overpowers me. But I'm waiting for him to tell me to do so. "Baby, please," I beg, meeting his pace. "Come for me, baby." As soon as he says those words, I release them like never before. My mate is smiling, and I look at him angrily, but he soothes me with a kiss. I kiss him back, and we lay back in bed. That was intense, I sigh. He kisses the back of my neck and goes to the bathroom. He has to go to work. Babe, I want to go to work, I say, joining him in the shower and wrapping my arms around him. He groans and closes the shower. Must you? He groans, attaching his lips to mine. I nod vigorously until he concedes. In my excitement, I get on one knee, taking him fully in my mouth and bob my head. Fuck, he moans. Grabbing my hair, I continue to bob my head until he reaches his release. He helps me to my feet and carries me. Fuck, I love you, baby, he says, laying his head against mine. I spend the rest of the day at the children's hospital with Darius, giving out food and presents. Surprisingly, we meet Mutinta, who works part-time there too. Later in the evening, I go to work at the restaurant, but we were told to go to another location because they would be an engagement party, and our services will be needed. Luckily, Jake and Angie didn't come with me, or they would be bored. The hotel we are at is even more beautiful than the one I work at. The place was stocked with people of class and elegance. They wore the finest clothes and jewelry. We serve drinks for everyone. Hey, can I have a champagne, please? A tall woman with blonde hair and perfect everything on her body asks. She is wearing a short red dress that shows off her perfect legs and a small crown over her head. She must be the would-be bride. I learned she is the daughter of the Sunrise Lycan Pack Alpha, not far from here. They are a wealthy pack and had their party here, because she's marrying a man from this Lycan Pack. So Anaiah, how does it feel to be marrying the king of the greatest Lycan Pack in the region? One of her friends asks. My heart begins to pound, knowing too well that there is only one king. And that is Leandre. I suck in a breath and listen to their conversation. It's great. King Leandre sent me a diamond bracelet, 10 carats, she boasts, and my heart breaks into pieces. Wow. So spamav. I have so many questions right now. Is that girl marrying my mate? What about me? Just what am I to him? Is it the same Leandre they are talking about? My mate. Anaiah's POV. I was questioning everything in my life. I ran to the bathroom and sobbed. The door opened after a few minutes, and the woman, Anaiah, walks in. She looks confident and very beautiful. She retouches her makeup and gets her phone from her purse, snapping a picture. Her eyes roam to me and she scowls. Can you please move? I can see your shadow in the picture. I'm stunned for a moment, but does... She calls a number, but they don't pick up. Hello, this is Leandre. Leave your message with my wolf's hearing. I can pick what they were saying on the other side. Silent sobs escape my lips as I got my confirmation. How is this possible that my mate is to get married? Anaiah is huffing and cursing at her phone because my mate didn't answer her. All the time, he avoids me like I'm a plague, she says to herself. I wipe my tears one more time and go outside. I need to leave this place. Anna, calls Mutinta. My eyes are filled with tears, and with the look she gives me, I break down, crying. She hugs me tightly against her and I sob in her arms. I want to leave, I cry. It is raining outside, but all I want is to be away from this engagement party. I freeze when I detect his intoxicating scent. Leon is here. I watch as he steps into the room, looking glorious as usual, and everyone bows to him. He goes straight to Anaiah and kisses her cheek. The woman smiles as though he offered the whole world to her, and she kisses his lips. My chest felt like was being stabbed 1,000 times, and I clutched my fist. Tears poured out of my eyes like rain from the sky. As if he felt my glare on me, he turns around to face me, and his eyes widen in shock. Panic takes over his features, and next to him, I hear Dan say, "Fuck," I run away from the room, crying. I close the elevator just as he wanted to step in. Sitting on the floor, I sob loudly. My mate betrayed me. He's to get married to another. My chest constricts and I bellow. I feel hands around me, and only do I notice Mutinta is here with me. She holds me close, and when the elevator stops on the ground floor, I'm surprised to see the king there, pacing and scaring everyone in the lobby with his intimidating aura. He rushes to me and holds my wrists. "It's not what you think," he agitates. I scoff and retreat from him. "What isn't? That you are not engaged to that woman." "Anna, all this is just for show. It is for an alliance to merge the Lycan packs because other packs devising against us," he tries to explain. But I wasn't listening to him. When I look at him, I only see the man who has betrayed me. My wolf is growling in anger, and she revolts against his touch. "Were you going to tell me about her?" I ask, wiping my tears. Leon doesn't answer. Just looks down in shame. "Just what am I to you?" I yell, frustrated with the whole situation. My heart hurts so much, and I was failing to breathe. "You're my mate, my everything. Know I love you so much, Anna. Yet you're marrying another," I exclaim. "Am I not good enough for you? Is it because I'm only a werewolf and not a Lycan?" "No, baby." Anaiah is just. He is interrupted before he finishes his sentence. "His future wife and queen, together, we will make the Lycan nation great." She has smugness on her face, and she crosses her arms against her chest, looking at me like dirt beneath her shoes. "Anaiah," the king warns, but she takes a step forward. "So you are the rankless mate of his. I've heard the rumors. You are indeed a nobody. You should leave and never come back, for Leandre to keep his status as powerful as it is. He will need a queen with wealth and a strong pack to back him, which a riffraff wolf like you can't offer." The bitch hollers. I gasp as Leon chokes the life out of her. "Shut the fuck up, Anaiah," he grits. The woman is struggling to breathe against Leon's strong grip, and the color is leaving her face now. He throws her against the wall and comes to me. "My love, don't listen to a word she said. I know very well that he needs strong connections for him to be at the top, and I can't offer any of that." I cry harder at the fantasy I had that he could love me and accept me as I was. I didn't have a pack, and more importantly, I don't have wealthy parents. Don't fucking touch. Stay away from me. Please. I spat. He shakes his head and pulls me into an embrace, apologizing for hurting me. But I don't hug him back. With all my strength, I push him back, and with an inhumane speed I didn't know I had, I grab Mutinta's hand and run from there. We are in an unknown location, but it's somewhere in the city of the Lycans. "How?" I stutter. "We are in the middle of a busy street." Did you just teleport us here?" asks Mutinta in wonder. Suddenly my mind opens up to so many people. Voices I recognize, and others I don't are flooding my mind. "Find her. She couldn't have gone far." That is Leandre's voice. I can hear the panic in his voice and others that I don't know. I close my ears with my palms, trying to shut out the voices, but they are getting louder. "Oh, my moon goddess. You're a wolf with special powers, but they are only 2 people in the realm who can teleport. Anaiah, it can only mean you're a white wolf." I hear Mutinta's excited voice as darkness envelops me fully. Leandre's POV. I am an idiot. A fool is what I am. My mate saw me, and she knows I have betrayed her. The look she gave me was that of shock and hurt. It broke me to see her like that. My sister and Dan followed me outside where I sat, after she ran from the lobby at lightning speed. I had no strength in me to chase after her. My wolf was growling. He warned me many times to cancel this damn engagement, but I did not listen to him. We have now lost our mate because of you. I'll never forgive you, he growls. I'll never forgive myself either. My sister kneels next to me and cups my face. She embraces me, and I hold her close. Arya was also against this union, but I had no choice, with Lycan packs allying. I also need to do the same, but I regret hiding this from my mate. I should have told her that the Northerners are attacking and recruiting more Lycans to their side. Jake and Angela come into the lobby, both looking worried, and I glare at them, making the duo retreat involuntarily. They should have been watching her. Why were you not with my mate? I growl at them. We are sorry, sir. Anna was working in another part of the city. We didn't know that they would send her to work here, the female explains with tears in her eyes. My eyes sway to the Gamma who is in charge of Anna's protection. Why did you leave her alone? I question. I'm sorry, King, but I had errands to run at the company, and before he finishes talking, I have him against the wall, choking him. He prioritized work over protecting my Luna, his queen. Leon, let him go. A growl resonates that makes the earth vibrate. I release Jake and turn around to face my father. He is seething in anger, and so is my mom. Oh, fuck. How can you betray your mate like that? Mom growls. Her eyes are bloodshot. I sigh and order Jake to find her. My Luna is missing. Find her. I command all the warriors through the mind link. Yes, my king, they answer. I direct my parents to a more private area and explain to them what has been happening while they are away. They were disappointed in me, and my mother can't stop scolding me. We will find a way to beat the Northern Pack, but you marrying that brat Anaiah Martin is out of the topic. We shall cancel the arrangement, and I'll write an email to my former Lycan Pack to ally, along with their allies. My mother says and Dad agrees. No one in my pack likes the Sunrise Lycans, as they are too pompous and full of themselves. Thank the goddess. I was against having that bitch as my sister-in-law in the first place. I could have killed her, snickers Arya. We spent the whole night looking for my mate, but there was no trace of her. I was getting desperate. Even the girl she works with at the hotel is nowhere to be found. It has been 3 days, and Anna was still missing. I couldn't eat or sleep. All my attempts to mind link her were in vain, and I even reached out to all the neighboring packs in the region. I asked my men to check her former pack, but that was futile too. It has been day 7 without my beautiful mate by my side, and I could feel myself getting weak. For the first time in my life, I was scared that I will lose the most precious thing I'd ever had. The door to my office opened, and I growl when I saw Anaiah and Alpha Martin walk in. The short, depilated Alpha was fuming in anger that I had cancelled the engagement with his daughter. Get out of my office, I growled at them. They have been nothing but disrespectful to the men on my borders since I prohibited them from entering my pack. You are not seriously going to cancel an engagement that benefits our pack for that little mate of yours. Yes, I was wrong to agree to your father's proposition. I sigh, leaning back in my seat. King Lavista, you're making a grave error, and if my pack joins the Northern Lycans, we'll be unstoppable and we will wipe you out. So why not ally with us? I glare at the man, and he shrinks. Did you just directly threaten me? Your king? I ask, getting up from my chair. The man backs away and swallows in fear. Well, take it as you want, but we shall make alliances with others open to it. And don't forget that we are one of the wealthiest packs, he says, fear evident in his voice even though he doesn't make it apparent. Anaiah is crying for good now and begging me to reconsider taking her as my queen. But I refuse. She is too power-hungry. How did I not see it sooner? You can't manipulate me to marry your daughter, and as for alliances, we'll make more, and keep in mind that my pack will remain at the top, and no matter what you or the Northern leaders do, You will suffer for it, I say in an authoritarian tone, making sure I release my Lycan King aura. Now get out of my office. They hesitate to leave, so I call Jack and Dan to kick them out, and they are more than happy to. You'll regret it. That little bitch won't give you anything. She is a slut, a nobody without a pack backing her, Anaiah screams. After they are thrown out, I mind link my warriors to ask how the search for my mate is going, but it's still unproductive. I growl and hit my desk, breaking it in two. My mate is gone. She left thinking I betrayed her. Moon goddess, please bring her back to me. I say a silent prayer. Anaiah's POV. I woke up in a strange environment. The room I was in was luxurious and white. It let in enough air and I found myself smiling at the tranquil I felt. But I suddenly remembered Leon and I let out a scream of pain as my chest felt hot. The pain only lasted a few seconds, but it was excruciating. The door burst open and a huge man walked in. He was really imposing and very gorgeous. I could see the tattoos that covered his body under his white shirt. He smiled at me and pulled his hair back. "Hello, Anaiah," he said in a deep voice. I got up from the bed, but I was still weak. So I fail. But he caught me in his strong arms. "Easy there, love," he chuckled, and my heart ached. That's what Leon calls me. The stranger helps me in bed and sits at the edge. "Hello, I'm Enrique Altamirano." He extends his hand to me, but I'm too scared to shake it. Where am I? Am I in the Royal Lycan Pack, and where is Mutinta? You are in Sunset, Lycan Pack. And Mutinta has gone to do some errands, he says nonchalantly, as if he read my thoughts, and my eyes bulge out of their socket. I did read your thoughts. I'm like you, he adds. Like me? I say silently. He seats on the bed and caresses my face, a warmth spreading throughout my body. Hello, little sister. My mind went into a frenzy as I didn't understand what was going on. Me? No, you must be mistaken. I'm not your sister, I say in a croaked voice. Enrique gives me a tiny smile and shakes his head. You are my sister. You are Princess Anaiah Altamirano, he says, so sure of himself. I couldn't believe what was happening and my head was pounding so much. How I am my parents. I couldn't formulate proper sentences. Enrique stood up and extended his hand to me. Walk with me in the garden, please. I nod and get up, surprised that my knees didn't feel weak. You are a strong one. Teleportation like that would have you in a coma for a week, he says as he opens the door for me. Teleportation? I repeat. Is that what happened back then? How long was I out for? 2 days. The pack house is full of werewolves and Lycans, all laughing and chatting. Everyone is bowing to Enrique while ladies bat their lashes and blush when he smiles at them. All this seems surreal to me. It's like I'm in a fairy tale. The sky is blue outside and the garden is full of green grass and flowers. I smile when he opens a glass door into the green garden, and it's full of different colored butterflies. I smile and twirl around the room, and others come to me, resting either on my head or shoulders. Enrique is watching me play with the butterflies with a smile on his lips. You always did love butterflies, he says. Tell me everything, Enrique. He takes my hand, pleased that I'm willing to listen, and we seat on the bench. I was astounded when Mutinta told me what happened. She knows that for 13 years, I've been looking for my lost sister, he starts. How? Mutinta is a friend of mine. He shrugs. Not that. Oh, we are born in a special bloodline called the Crest Wolves, the only white wolves in the realm, and we were gifted with special powers to control the elements. But Anaiah, they are evil people who want our power. According to Enrique, being white wolves makes us royalty to the wolf community. We are stronger than all of them. What about Lycans? I ask. It's complicated. We can beat them using our gifts and in a fight, but the royal ones are strong. He tells me about our parents. Our parents were alphas of a long-lost pack called the Crest Moon Pack. It was a thriving pack, but on my 4th birthday, evil witches attacked us. They wanted my brother and me for our power to enhance theirs, but our parents managed to get us from the city. They gave me to the people who raised me to take to my godparents in the Sunset Pack, but they didn't deliver me here. What about our parents? He is silent for a look time. Slowly, I take his hand in mine, and he kisses it quickly. They died during the war with the 3 evil witches. They protected us and kept us safe till their last breath. And the pack? Our parents' pack? Majority who survived the witches' attack came here with me, and we merged the packs. Our godparents raised and named him their successor, so he's now the alpha of this Lycan pack, even though he's a werewolf. Enrique is stronger and more agile than most Lycans. Our gifts are similar. His main gift is a telepath. He can read people's minds and emotions, even make them do as he wants with enough concentration. And my gift is teleportation. I can open portals to other places. But we both have telekinesis. All this information was surreal to me, and I spent days learning about our gifts. I can already fight better than most female Lycans in the pack because of my special powers. A week later, Enrique has been training me and my skills have immensely improved. My powers are still in a frenzy, as I can't properly control them like my brother. But it's because I'm new to this. Everyone is treating me well in the pack, and I feel like I belong. Even though I dearly miss Leandra and the others, I didn't contact them because I haven't forgiven them for lying to me. My wolf has been whimpering and has gone mute because she wants us to go to her mate. But we can't. That woman was right. I have nothing to offer him that is of benefit. I hope he is happier. I miss mate, whimpers my wolf, and I sulk. Watch out, Mutinta warns just as a blow lands on my face. I fall to the ground and my brother smirks in victory. Enrique rushes to take the tray of food from Mutinta's hands and starts to eat the food hungrily. We laugh and sit on the floor. I grab a bagel and tears dance in my eyes when I remember it's Leon's favorite. Mutt sighs and asks, "Why don't you call the king?" My brother lets out a growl that makes the young lady jump in fright. Enrique hates King Leandre for hurting me because they are business rivals. My sister is not going back to that deceitful king, he declares. But Alpha, he's suffering as well, Mutinta says in a tiny voice. It has been weeks since I saw him. I need to talk to Leon soon. I need to know the way forward. Before we discuss this further, a young servant announces that someone insists on seeing the Alpha. Who comes to see me without an appointment? Me, my dear friend, says a deep voice. A tall, handsome man walks in. His aura is dark, and he keeps his eyes on me. A small smirk forms on his lips, and a shiver goes down my spine. This can't be good. /N. Thank you for reading my book. Please leave me a comment and recommend the book to others. Amos's POV. I was looking at the Lycan Alpha of the North in the eyes as gave him my proposition. He stood up from his office chair and smirked. What did he do that has you upset? He inquired. I clutched my fist in anger when I remembered how King Leandre disgraced me in front of my pack. How he took my mate from him. I wanted him gone, and this is the right time to do it as the Lycans fight for territory and power. I was determined to fight with the Northerners against the Royal Lycan pack. King Leandre's pack. He stole my mate. I spat. He raised an eyebrow at the information and tilted his head slightly in interest. That doesn't sound like Leandre, he begged to differ. I took the whiskey he was offering me and sat back down as I told him everything that happened. So you want to ally with us in the fight against him? Yes, sir. Liandre is still king of all shifters because he has the largest territory and is still the strongest. I have had a personal grudge against him and his family. That is why I want to take his title and power. With your wolves, I believe we shall win. He extended his hand to me with a devilish smile, and I took it. The Alpha of the North discussed his plan to ally with those who despised Liandre and his pack. With those numbers, it will be possible to get rid of that pack. I was smiling and being frivolous as my mate's face came to my mind. If all goes as planned, I will kill Alpha Erickson, and Anaiah and I will rule together. I cackled inwardly as I exited the office. Erickson's POV, like an Alpha of the North. Everything was coming into the plan. I have the numbers with that pup's wolves, however. Werewolves are not strong as Lycan, so we shall just use them as bait. Does he think I'll share my victory with him? I scoffed and drank my scotch. The Martins reached out to me a few days ago and asked me to ally with them, but I rejected their offer. I hate them, but maybe I can use them in the battle against Liandre since they will do anything to see him suffer after he cancelled the engagement. I recalled what that bitch Anaiah said about the king's mate. I needed her out of the way so that I can weaken Liandre. For the next couple of days, I was trying to learn more about Liandre's so-called mate, but there was no information about her. And my spies in the royal pack say she left him after she found out about the engagement. I wonder where she is? I came up with a dumb excuse and asked Amos Rivers for a picture of her. He sent it, and my breath caught in my chest. She was a beauty like no other. I couldn't believe my eyes. The door to my office opened, and a whore walked in wearing nothing. She got down on her knees and pulled down my pants and boxers. She sucked my cock most pleasingly, and I began panting for breath. My eyes were stuck on the picture on my table. Fantasying it was that woman doing it. Liandre's woman. I grabbed her head and she bopped faster. Ah! She moaned as she vigorously sucked my dick. I was feeling pleasure like no other, and I screamed her name over and over again. I growled and gripped my desk as she deep-throated me, and I cum into her mouth. She swallowed and got to her feet. I stood up, and she sat on my table with her legs spread wide, waiting for me to penetrate her. I pulled her by her waist and collided my hard member into her wet pussy. The slapping of our skin is what could be heard by our ears. I pounded in her as a man possessed. I wanted all of her. She squirted several times, but I was nowhere near done. I switched her position so that her chest was on the table and took her from behind. It was the most intense sex ever. With a frenzied pace, I come inside her and she collapsed on the floor in tiredness. Liandre's POV. Weeks had gone by and we still haven't located my mate. I was frustrated and angry. I often found myself wondering what she is doing. Does she think of me as I do? Or has she moved on? Her beautiful smile played in my head over again. My Lycan was pestering me to look harder, but we have been doing so for more than 3 weeks now. I made my way to the arena to get in with some training, but no warrior wants to get in the ring with me because my temper is up to the roof. I feel a hand on my shoulder and turn around to meet my sister. Looks like she is ready to fight. She signals me into the ring, and I enter. Arya is a skilled fighter, so I don't go easy on her. She is light on her feet, giving her an advantage. I stagger when she manages to land a blow on my face and a kick in the side. I clap for her victory. But soon I have her pinned against the wall, my hand over her chest, and she raises her hand in surrender. Mom wants us over for dinner tonight, she tells me. I scowl. I'm not ready to face my parents right now. Okay, I say, but I don't intend of going there. My sister knows me too well, so she drags me to the palace and waits for me to refresh, then go to our parents' home. It's been ages since I've been here, and to think I thought when I come, Anna will be by my side. I sigh and go to the main area where my parents are slowly dancing to a song. My sister and I take a seat and watch them giggle, like they are still in high school, and look into each other's eyes. I have always wished to have such a bond with my mate, that even after 20 years of marriage, it shall feel like it's the first week, just like my parents. My heart constricts uncomfortably as I think of my mate, and my Lycan howls in sadness. My breath shudders and I get up, leaving the house abruptly. I go to a serene clearing and lay on the grass, facing the full moon. I close my eyes and try my hardest to communicate with Anaiah, to track her wolf, but it's futile. I'm suddenly overcome by the desire to sleep, and as much as I try to fight it, I concede to the darkness. Suddenly, a light so bright appears that I sit up. A woman in a white cloak comes to me with the gentlest smile on her lips. I have heard stories that the moon goddess visits her children in dreams, but I didn't know it will ever happen to me. I bow in respect and face her. Leandra, her voice echoes when she speaks. My son, tough times are coming ahead of you, and a great battle is knocking on your door. You will need your mate to succeed, she says. Where is she? I ask, but she gives me a sad smile. Let your heart take you to her. Just listen, my son. Listen, listen. And just like that, the moon goddess was gone with her words echoing. I was left feeling empowered. My night was restless, and I got up with determination. I have to find Anaiah. Anaiah's POV. The intimidating man has a smirk on his lips. My brother scowls, and he doesn't look happy to see him. Erickson, what are you doing in my territory? Enrique growls, making the man he called Erickson to tear his gaze away from me. I was hoping we could talk, he says in a deep but soft voice, looking into my eyes one more time. About what? Asks Enrique, annoyed. You know where I stand? Whatever war you want to launch against other packs, I'm not getting involved in it, he declares solemnly. The man sighs and smiles at me. I don't think we have met. Hi, I'm Alpha Erickson Jones of the North Lycan Pack. He extends his hand to me, and I hesitantly shake it. Erickson is tall and muscular. I'm Anaiah. Please excuse me, I say politely, but Erickson holds my hand firmly. My brother growls, and he releases me. It is nice to meet you. Beautiful Anaiah. His gaze is hot and intense, making me feel like he's undressing me. I shudder and leave the two gentlemen to talk. He wants us. Chimes my wolf. I raise my eyebrows at that. What do you mean? I could feel it. His wolf has chosen us as his. There is amusement and worry in her tone. I etch my face in confusion. 2 days had gone by, and my mind kept wandering to Erickson. He's 32 years old and one of the richest alphas in America. A soft knock sounds on my door, and I groan. Mutinta waltzed in with a bouquet of red roses in her hands. Fuck, I swear inwardly. Erickson has been sending me flowers every day and a cute note, asking me to go on a date with him. I inhale the scent of the flowers and toss them away. Enrique told me the Alpha of the North is waging war against the royal pack, and persuading me must be his way to punish my mate. My heart ache at the thought of Leandre, and I play with the phone in my hands, debating whether to call him or not. No, I mustn't. He's a liar. They lied to me, and I'm no one to him as he chose to wed another. Hurt, I go to the washroom. Wearing a Sundance dress and white heels, I head to my favorite garden. I was watching the butterflies and smiling when I felt a presence, his presence. Erickson, I mutter, twisting my neck to him. He is standing against the doorframe, with a tiny smile playing on his lips and a rose in one hand. Erickson sighs and sits next to me. You're beautiful, he says as he gives me a rose. I only look at it once, then at his face. I like lilies, I say. Erickson extends his hand to me and is making my heart beat wildly, and I don't like it one bit. What? I scowl, taking his hand. He puts a strand of hair behind my ear, making my heart flutter as if he couldn't do more. Let's go for a drive. You can carry some guards if you're scared of being alone with me, he says quizzically. Clearly, he wants to persuade me to go with him. I'm not scared of anything, I retorted, crossing my arms against my chest. He takes me to a car, one of those vintage ones I saw in a movie once. He opens the car door for me like a true gentleman, and I get in. As we drive to God knows where Erickson and I talk about everything and nothing. He is quite interesting, and I hate to admit it, but I'm having a wonderful time. We reached a waterfall, and he opened the door for me. We leaned against his car and watched the water as we continued to talk. Do you like parties? He asks, looking at me intensely with his hazel eyes. I blinked. Party? He nodded and explained that there is a company party in the city. I didn't want to go because the royal pack is just in the middle of it. He sees me hesitant, and he holds my hand, but I take it back. He raises his hands in a surrendering gesture. Your brother will be there too, and you can always leave whenever you want, he insists. After spending an hour convincing myself, I agreed to go because I needed to see my mate. We have to talk about the way forward, and if we are rejecting each other as mates, we should. My heart hurt at the thought again. Okay. He is excited at my positive response. My hair was making me uncomfortable, so I put it in a messy bun and looked back to see Erickson's eyes were pitch black with lust. I started to panic, knowing that his inner Lycan was at the edge. He stands in front of me so fast and caressed my neck with his fingers, making chills go down my body. The air starts to get cold against my skin, and I step back from him, making his cloudy eyes clear. I want to go back home, I whisper. He nods and drives me back to my brother's pack. Do you always open the door for females? I ask. No, only the ones I like, he says truthfully. So you like me? I thought it was obvious I'm lost for words and I settle on. I have a mate. Which one? His question takes me by surprise, but I don't show it. Does he mean Amos? How does he know about that? The Lycan King Leandra La Vista, I say confidently. As far as I know, that man is marrying Anaiah, so what will you be? His mistress. My anger rise, and I slap him across the face. The impact made his head twist. Erickson was stunned while I growled at him. My wolf is fuming. The thought of sharing her mate with another woman made her mad. I take a step towards him. Whatever game you think you're playing, whatever politics you have with Leandra, don't use me, I warn. I turn to walk away from there, but he grabs my wrist, spinning me and kissing me forcibly. His lips were soft against mine, and for a second I almost let myself enjoy. But I'm glad Shayla was there to remind me, and no matter how angry I was at Leon, I couldn't betray him like this. Not with his enemy. I pulled away and slapped him again. This time, Erickson smiled and caressed his stinging cheek. Stay the fuck away from me, and I will never accept you as mine. I looked into his eyes as I said the words no wolf wants to hear. We'll see. Soon you'll beg me to take you. He sounds confident, and I grimaced. Folding my arms against my chest, I went inside. It was the day of the party, and Enrique is in my room, begging me not to go or even talk to Leandre. But I'm adamant to go. I turn my back to him and stare into the mirror. I was wearing a deep red dress that had an opening at the back and a plunging neckline. The dress is beautiful, and I smile. You look beautiful, sweetheart, my brother compliments, kissing my head. Our relationship has developed so much. He makes me feel loved and protected. I know that whatever happens, I'll always have my big brother by my side, and it brings me solace. He smiles at me and kisses my forehead. I'm so glad I found you. Little butterfly, I'm elated. Mutinta helps me do my makeup perfectly. But before Enrique and I can exit the pack house, a few warriors come rushing to us, panting. "What is it?" asks the alpha. "The Lycan King is at the border, sir." My heart thumps out of my chest as different emotions bombard my headspace. Oh my God, Leandre is here and he's here for me. Anaiah's POV. I started running to the border in my party dress and heels, and a few wolves followed behind me. This pack didn't get along well with the royal pack, so they feel a sense of duty to protect me as their alpha's kin. "Are you taking him back?" comes my brother's voice. I stay quiet. I need to hear him out, I say through the mind link. It felt weirdly nice hearing Enrique through the mind link. It's not an ability I've experienced since my old pack hated me, and Leandre had not initiated me in his. "Sis, that man doesn't deserve you. Who knows how many things he has lied to you about, and that little vermin Anaiah has been going around telling people that she is the Lycan Queen." I growl involuntarily at the guts of that woman. "She's not even his mate?" "Stay in the sunset pack, please," I sigh, unable to say a word to Enrique. My breath gets caught in my chest when I see my mate. He looks gorgeous, as always, but agitated. Behind him are about a dozen warriors of his pack. Others are in their Lycan form. I recognize Arya's Lycan. She is tall and imposing in her silver fur, standing next to Dan. I feel hurt by their betrayal as well. However, I don't hold it against them. Focus. I suck in a breath and look at the warrior Lycans behind me, however. I don't see Enrique. I continue to walk, and as soon as my mate senses me, he runs over to me and embraces me tightly. Sparks erupt against my skin, and I close my eyes, enjoying the sensation even though I don't hold him back. Unable to stand it, I slowly wrap my arms around his torso. We hold each other as long as we need, and we only pull away when a few warriors start to growl. "ENOUGH," the king growls in a low but powerful voice that makes the Lycans retreat a bit. He takes my face in his hands and kisses my forehead. "Baby, are you okay?" I don't know how to answer his questions, so I press my lips into a thin line. "Baby, I'm so sorry. Please just come back home with me. Let's talk there. Please." I exhale and take in his features. He has stubble beard and he looks like he hasn't slept in days. "Anna, my love, why did you come here?" he asks, glancing at the wolves behind me. Worry is evident in his voice. "What the fuck are you doing on my territory, La Vista?" A growl resonates. And I turn to see my brother approach. His warriors part to give him the way. "Watch your tone. I'm your king," growls my mate, and Enrique clicks his tongue. Does my brother have a death wish? No one talks to the king like that, but there he was, looking straight into his eyes and hands arrogantly in his pant pockets. However, my mate brings back his focus on me and asks, "Did they hurt you?" "You hurt her? You fucking hurt my sister?" A few warriors with my mate gasp in surprise, and I peer up to look at my mate, but his intense eyes are on Enrique. "What do you mean?" Long story, and wouldn't want to bore the king with trivial details, as you have so much to do. Especially with your wedding around the corner, my brother smirks, and his words send shocks to my body, making me jerk away from Leandra. "Anna, let's go home." She is home, Enrique says, and comes closer to me. Leandre is looking between us, noticing some similarities in our features. "Anaiah, there is no wedding, I'm sorry," he says desperately. I feel tears prick my eyes, but I don't cry. I'm done crying. "Leon, I can't, that woman was right." I back away, slowly realizing how close we were, and he looks so hurt by this. I look around the environment. Why must we talk here in front of all these people? No, my love. She wasn't. "I'll come when I'm ready," I tell him. He seems to hesitate. mind linking someone as his eyes changed to a darker shade. He finally nods and holds my waist. When you're ready, then. Blood rushes to my cheeks when he kisses me deeply. He bites my bottom lip, making me gasp, and he uses this chance to shove his tongue into my mouth. He pulls away and lays his forehead against mine. "Promise you'll come?" "I promise," I respond. "I love you, my queen." He reluctantly withdraws from me, and my wolf whimpers. She wants him so much. He faces my brother seriously and says, "Then we have to talk. Altamirano, I have nothing to say to you regarding pack business, so I'm not obliged to." He snarls. My mate grimaces, and it's dark. I'm sure I'm the only reason the two don't go on each other's throat. It's a command headquarters at the tower tomorrow. My brother subtle bows and holds my hand. Going back to the pack house, all plans to go to the party were ruined. I spend the evening with my brother, playing games and having the most fun. He wants to make this moment last, and I want to badly tell him that I'll always be here by his side. We are family now. Arya's POV. My brother has been suffering since his mate left the pack. We've been looking for her non-stop, but all our attempts have been futile. I groan when my phone rings. Jacob Jones. My breath jolts at the caller ID, and I swallow before reluctantly placing my phone against my ear. We are silent until he breaks it high. "Kitten," I growl at his nickname for me. "And my Lycan." Emmy purrs like a teenager in love for the first time. I silently ask the men to continue the search while I stop in an isolated area where no one can hear the conversation I'm about to have with this man. "What?" I snarl. "Is that any way to talk to your mate? I found my second chance mate a few months ago, but I didn't accept him as mine because our packs are enemies. He is the brother of Alpha Erickson Jones, the man who wants my family's downfall." "We are not mates," I renounce. "Then what are we? Sex acquaintances? Fuck buddies?" I roll my eyes. When I realized that Jacob and I are mates, the mate pull was overwhelming, and we ended up sleeping together even though I knew exactly who he was. Of course, I left before he woke, and I've been avoiding him ever since. Like me, Jacob is loyal to his brother, and that will never change. I have to see him for what he is, an enemy to my pack. "It was a mistake," I say bitterly. "A ravishing mistake." His deep voice makes my body hot, and I squeeze my inner legs together. "I want to see you again, Arya," he insists. "No," I respond solemnly. "Why do you allow these politics to come between us? Are you fucking hearing yourself? This is the life we were born into," I say again for the 10th time. I'm getting frustrated with his insistence. However, it hurts my heart that I can never be with the man truly meant for me because of all these politics. It is a rare blessing to find a second chance mate, and here I am, rejecting mine. But Goddess did a number on me, huh? Couldn't I find one from my pack? Arya, the way he calls my name causes a shiver to run down my spine, and Emmy howls in delight. She loved Jacob the first day she connected with him. His athletic body made me wet my pants, and his ocean blue eyes stole my breath. My fingers were trembling to play in his dirty blonde hair, and his touch. Oh Lord, his touch made me go bonkers. "Jacob," I whisper, and he stills. I've never called him by his name. I use idiot. "I love the way my name sounds from your mouth," he whispers, only making my heart clench. I wipe away a few tears that rolled from my eyes. "Don't ever call me again, idiot, and we are back," he sounds amused. I see my brother approach me, and I hung up. "Hey, guys," I wave, and they greet me. They look fatigued. I sigh at the sight of Leandra. He looks broken and defeated. My brother is the strongest Lycan to ever live, Yet the disappearance of his mate breaks his heart into a million pieces. Goddess, please keep that girl safe, I say, a silent prayer. If something were to happen to Anna, my brother would not survive. I just know that. I kiss my brother's arm, and he shows me a tiny smile. Have you eaten? I ask. He shakes his head, and I grab his hand, taking them to the nearest restaurant as we are already in the city. Finally, we've been up and down since last night, sighs Danford, happy that he will eat, as he has been following the king around for hours in search of his queen. The restaurant staff welcomes us and escorts us to the table. I order a full English breakfast, and so do the guys. Shifters have a high metabolism. Hence, we eat a lot. We discuss other matters while we wait for our food to be ready. The Jones. My heart skips a bit at the mention of that name, and I suck in a breath. Jacob Jones's men were near our borders. We had a light confrontation with them, but it didn't escalate, Jack informs us. Was he there? Suddenly asks my brother, interested. The Jones brothers are invisible and powerful in the shifter realm as well. That's why they feel superior and want higher leadership positions. However, my brother is much more powerful and is blessed by the moon goddess as king. Jack continues to explain the situation to the men while I'm in deep thought. Suddenly, Amy is alert and frivolous. I feel eyes bore through my skin and chills go down my body. I choke on my food. When I see Jacob Jones, he was watching me with intense eyes in a flash. He disappears. Are you all right? Asks Jack, raising an eyebrow. He suspected that something is going on with me, especially now that I'd been distant from him. I nod and excuse myself to go to the bathroom, but... Hi, little kitten? Oh no. Arya's POV. Hey, little kitty. His voice makes me jump and I face him. What the hell is he doing here? Jacob manages to steal my breath away, but I calm myself. My eyes sway to his muscular, toned body, and I lick my lips as if they were dry. He gives me a knowing smirk, and his eyes shine, indicating that his alpha Lycan is close. I look around the bathroom. It's just the two of us. How did he manage to enter the city without getting spotted? And how the fuck is he so confident that he walked into the restaurant while my brother and two of his highest-ranking wolves are there? Get out, I growl. No, he says calmly. My brother is here. All I have to do is scream, and they will rush here to kill you. I threaten, but he doesn't flinch at my words. He approaches me and circles his arms around my waist, making tingles erupt on my flesh. The tingles I didn't know I'd feel again after I was rejected. I close my eyes in his embrace, but soon remember where we are. I push him away, and his confident face is back. You won't do that because a part of you won't bear to see me in pain. And besides, I committed no crime. We are not exactly in your pack. The idiot is right on both. I snarl and turn my back to him, and continue to retouch my face. I wash my hands and try to leave the bathroom, but he pulls me back when I reach the doorway. I look up at him as I struggle out of his grip. But the idiot has a grin on his lips, making him more handsome than ever. He locks the door and lifts me to the counter. My body is shaking for some reason, and I get lost in his mesmerizing eyes as we are so close. His minty breath is fanning me, and I slowly lean into him for a kiss, but I withhold. He looks disappointed. I can't stop thinking about you. His voice is thick with lust for me, and my pant is dripping wet. His touch against my skin is burning, and I let it consume me. I've never felt this way before, but I need to be rational. I try to protest, but my voice comes out a pathetic moan, and I hate myself for having such profound feelings for him already. Don't you think about what happened last time at the hotel, Arya? I do. Every time I close my eyes, his full, delicious lips taunt me. His breath against my neck in the passion of that night is all I want. You did, Arya. Goddess, you know you want more too. I was torn. There was a raging battle within me right now. Being with him will be betraying my brother and Pax. We can't, Jacob. I stress. The idiot leaves light kisses on my neck, and I bite my tongue to stop a moan from escaping my lips. Well, your body and Lycan beg to differ. He makes a sexy sound that makes me press my thighs together. I'll be banished just being involved with you, and I'll lose Leon's trust. I can't afford that, I say seriously. You'll join my pack, he shrugs, and I scoff. Not that I'd even consider that. But I know Erickson Jones would rather see me dead than let that happen. You know damn well your brother would rather see me dead than see his favorite little brother mated to a La Vista. His expression softens, and he stops giving me his feather-like kisses on my neck. I don't answer him about my personal life. And Arya, I wouldn't let anyone harm you, not even my brother, he says confidently. I will protect you. Jacob is caressing my side, his eyes still fixed on mine. I can't risk it, and when our backs are pushed against the wall, we both know that we shall choose our families first. I'm 110% sure that I'll choose mine over anyone. I ground. His face is expressionless, and I wonder what he is thinking about. Okay, fine. Just sex, no emotions. Pax or loyalty involved. His proposition leaves me stunned for a moment, and he doesn't give me a chance to ponder when he captures my lips for a deep kiss. Seeing I wasn't responding, he bites my bottom lip, and I allow him entrance. I gasp once more when his hand slips under my crop top, and his hand ventures to caress my breasts. I try to stop his hands, but he doesn't, and the pleasure I feel overtakes my senses, and I let him be. Grabbing his broad shoulders, I kiss him hungrily, and his fingers ventures to my pants. He slightly lips me up with one hand and pulls my pants down. He smiles when he feels my moist and a blush creeps on my cheek. I didn't know you blush? He teases, and I kiss him in embarrassment. The kiss gets intense, all while his fingers make their way to my pussy. I bite his shoulder to muffle my moan. Jacob thrusts his finger in and out of me skillfully, and I cry out his name in pleasure. I grip the back of his hair, and he groans, his canines scraping my skin, only intensifying my pleasure. I let him do to me as he pleases while his lips kiss my neck and collarbone area. I try to tame my voice of pleasure, but it's hard, and the idiot is smirking, watching my actions with interest. I feel my body quiver, and I know I'm close to reaching my orgasm. His thrust becomes more savage, and I try to calm my erratic breath. I call out his name like a tune while like a devil enjoying my torment. He watches me with divine amusement, like a sculpture he doesn't understand, and I close my eyes, trying to control my actions. My body tenses and I cry out his name as I come. His fingers are still in me while I try to get out of the trance. "Fuck you," I manage to whisper. He only chuckles and I jump down, going to the sink to refresh. Now I need it. "Think about it," he reminds, and I go rigid. It will be good to keep our inner Lycans tamed. "I don't want any association with you, Alpha Jacob Jones." "Then reject me because I won't do that." I swallow. I know very well the pain that comes with rejection, and I won't subject him to that. My Lycan whimpers at the thought of rejecting her better half, and I shake my head. He sighs and opens the tape to wash his hands. "Don't be stubborn, Arya. You liked what happened, and we both want more." "Nope." "What if you fall for the bond?" "I can't risk that. Not to brag, but I'm quite irresistible." I smirk, and he nods in agreement. "That you are. No one will know our arrangement. If it makes you feel better, you can tell yourself that you are solely doing this for your Lycan," he suggests, and I exhale. "I'll think about it," I concede. He smiles, and my heart melts. "Don't take too long, please," he says. I fix my hair and clothes and walk past him to the restaurant. Luckily, no one questioned why I took so long, my eyes riveted toward my bathroom entrance. But I didn't see him go out. Author, Merry Xmas, and a Happy New Year. May you all be blessed, and I'm thankful for the support. Leandre's POV. I was surprised to hear that my mate was in the Sunset Lycan pack. That pack has not been an enemy to us. But they are not allies either. They are a strong and the first Lycan pack to have a werewolf alpha. Enrique Altamirano is strong and a confident man. Others even say he's werewolf royalty. His pack is flourishing and his warriors are top skilled fighters. They usually keep to themselves, so we ignore them. There have been rumors going around that the alpha is a gifted man not only in fighting skills, but I don't know how much that is true. We haven't had gifted shifters in decades. Could it be that Enrique Altamirano descends from one of the few chosen wolves by the goddess? I wondered. No, they were all slaughtered by the dark wizards a century ago. Shifters were terrorizing wolves instead of coexisting peacefully together. They wanted the werewolves to submit and be slaves, however. The goddess did not agree with this, and hence chose a few with wolves' pure alpha bloodline and gave them special powers so that they should properly defend themselves. They werewolves were victorious in battles, and all shifters maintained peace. However, witches started hunting them and killed the gifted wolves through rituals, and the last gifted family died a decade ago. What is Anaiah doing there? I asked Saga as we marched there. I don't know, but a vision of her and that pack came to me when we arrived. We stayed on the other side of the border to preserve the peace. I knew that the patrol warriors have already mind-linked their alpha. Yet, I was agitated. What if they kept my mate here against her will? I felt a presence behind me, and I turned to caress my sister's Lycan. She was telling me to calm down, and that Anaiah was all right if I saw that vision. I was thankful to her. If anyone hurt her in any way, I'll make sure the whole pack ceases to exist, Saga growled, and I agree with him. My senses suddenly heightened as I smelt her intoxicating scent hit my nostrils. I immediately ran to her without caring for the borderline. Anna wrapped her arms around me, and we stayed like that for a long time. Enrique Altamirano joined us and announced that she is his sister. My mind link buzzed with questions from my members. I ignored Altamirano's insolence and focused on my mate, who nodded her confirmation. I didn't understand what was going on, but right now, I needed her to come home with me. Anna, let's go home. She is home. Enrique sighed and came closer to me. I looked between them, noticing some similarities in their features like their eye color, the shape of their nose, and so much more. Go back. My sister's not going anywhere with the likes of you. And shouldn't you be busy preparing for your wedding? I wanted to punch Enrique in his face. My fists were clenched, and I bite my teeth together. Breath. He wants to provoke you to see your reaction, Arya said through the mind link. And I refrained from breaking his jaw in half. Anaiah, there's no wedding. I'm sorry for causing you pain, I said desperately. I was desperate to have this woman by my side, not because the goddess said I will need her for the war to come, but because she was mine, and I loved her so much. A month without her tormented my life, and I don't want to go back to that darkness again. Leon, I can't. That woman was right. She backed away from me slowly, and my Lycan whimpered. When I'm with my mate, my big bad Lycan acts like a pup, hence this is hurting him. No, my love, she wasn't, I assured her. Alea is wrong about Anna, and everything else. I'll come when I'm ready, she whispers. She needs time. The Luna is still hurting, Dan says. I sigh and hold her waist, breathing in her fragrance. When you're ready then, I peck her lips and she blushes profusely, making her cuter. I know I didn't want people to know our bond because of security reasons, but I don't care anymore. I'll protect her. I kiss her, but she doesn't move with me, so I bite her lips and she gasps. I take the opportunity presented to shove my tongue into her mouth. She tasted delicious. "Promise you'll come?" I asked. "I promise. I love you, my queen." I smiled, and her heart skipped. I faced Enrique. "Then we have to talk. Altamirano. I have nothing to say to you regarding pack business, so I'm not obliged to." He snarled at me. I'd attack him if it weren't for my mate standing between us. "It's a command. Come to the headquarters at the tower tomorrow." He bows subtly, and they leave. I turn back to my people. I decide to run to my pack through my Lycan form. I want her back. I do too. He knows very well. He keeps running. "Did you know that she was an Altamirano?" "No. But I knew she had alpha blood nevertheless. I suspected they weren't her biological parents," he says. "I see why they didn't give a fuck about her. What if she doesn't come back? I can't do anything without her. I need her to live." "She will because she loves us." My mate's face replays in my head, her infectious smile. I'd die just to see her smile. "Erickson wants war, and he's gathering more allies," Dan informs me, looking over his laptop. "We've tried to reason with that man, but he's too ambitious and wants my position as king. But it doesn't work that way." We discuss the coming war further, and my father stands up. "Can we talk about your mate?" He eyes me. I nod and take a seat at the head of the table. We talk about her link with the Sunset Pack. "You think they are related, as Enrique claims?" "Yes. Enrique has been looking for a long-lost sister." "It must be her," says my mother. "My mom is a very influential woman and has spies all over packs, so she gets first-hand information." "Have you seen her wolf?" I nod. "Her wolf is white." "Her wolf is white, son. They haven't been a white wolf in decades, meaning she's werewolf royalty. Anaiah can command any wolf and might even be blessed with special abilities," my father says, amazed. I gulp my whiskey and sigh. Indeed. "I hear Enrique has a white wolf as well," Arya informs us. We discuss more the issue before I go back to my penthouse. I can't bear to be in the suite we shared with Anaiah without her. I close my eyes and try my hardest to link my mate, and surprisingly, it goes through baby. She's quiet, but I know she still hasn't blocked me out. "Hi, Leon." Her voice is celestial and I get to my feet. I didn't expect her to respond to me. "Baby, I can't anymore. I can't live without you. Please, come back to me," I stress. She is silent until I feel the link disconnected. I angrily punch the wall over again until blood is oozing out my knuckles. Anaiah's POV. After giving it so much thought, I was ready to go back to Leandre's pack. We needed to talk, and if I'm to be by his side, things had to change. I wear a black dress that has an opening at the back as it is summer, and pairs it with heels. Mutinta taught me how to walk in them. I descend the stairs where my brother and a few members of the pack are waiting. They are sad to see me leave, but the royal pack is not far from here, and I promise we'll always be in touch. My brother smiles and pulls out a bracelet from his pocket. The bracelet is diamond and has our family crest on it. A white wolf with the letter A to represent Altamirano. While I was here, my brother insisted that we formally change my last name to Altamirano and naming me his heir. So I'm kinda rich now. I say my goodbyes to the others and he opens the door for me. I embrace him one more time before getting in the car. The driver takes me straight to the royal pack. Patrol on the border didn't give us trouble, and it looks like most of them recognize me as the king's mate. My heart races as I near the king's castle. I get out of the car and go straight into the house. Members bow at me respectfully and look at me differently. Sucking in a breath, I open the door to the suite we shared with Leon. Everything is dark, and his intoxicating scent fills my nostrils, and I allow a smile to grace my lips. The furniture is scattered like a war took place here. I proceed to the only place I didn't look, the balcony, and indeed he's there. My breath hitches when I see my mate. Sitting next to the glass railing, he is distraught. His eyes are closed and his hair is messy. "Leandra," I call softly after I gather my courage. He searches for my voice, and I go to him. Crouching down in front of him, I get a closer look at him. He has bags under his eyes and a beard. He suddenly gets agitated and caresses my face. "Anna, Anna." His breath shudders, examining me with trembling fingers. His eyes are filled with much stress and worry. "I'm so sorry, baby. I'm sorry for the hurt I caused." He agitates in a broken voice, caressing every part of my face as if to confirm I'm there. He grabs my waist and pulls me closer to him. I can feel his breath against my skin, and his relentlessly giving me excuses for doing what he did. However, I need him to calm down. "Relax and breath," he nods. "Baby, I'm sorry," he breathes, and I caress his growing beard. I get out of his grip, making the frown on his face deepen, and I can't deny he looks gorgeous. "Leandre, you hurt me. A lot, I know, and I'm sorry. We can't have a healthy relationship when we keep secrets from each other, and especially this grave." I tell him, and he nods. I look him in the eyes, and I see guilt and regret. I was wrong. How bad is the threat to the royal pack? I ask. "It's nothing you should concern yourself with." "I'll handle it," I growl menacingly at him, and he seems surprised. Again with the secrets. "That is what almost destroyed us," I yell, frustrated now. I exhale and run a finger through my hair. "My emotions are not as frail as you think, Leandra. I can take it. I'm not made of glass." He hesitates, still in inner turmoil, but he pulls me onto his lap. My legs are on either side of him, and he kisses me. I kiss him back. I missed the taste of his lips. "I'll tell you everything. No more secrets," he whispers. He gets to his feet with me in his hands and takes me to the bedroom. He doesn't let me go even as we lie in bed as he begins to tell me everything that is going on with the packs. There is a war in the city, a war for power and territory. Lycans are allying, and the strongest will be victorious. Ericsson's pack is the one that declared it, as he wants the position badly. I sigh. "It seems to me that the Jones family has a personal grudge against you," I say. "Yes." He breathes against my neck, and a shiver goes down my spine. I try to turn around to face him, but he keeps me in place. "What kind of grudge does he have against my mate?" "Tell me about it, please," I say quietly, and he starts to tell me their history. Ericsson's POV. "Shouldn't we attack now that La Vista is vulnerable due to the disappearance of his mate?" asks Alpha Martin. I glance over to my brother Jacob, but he's in deep thought, his eyes wandering over our territory. "Not now." "Why?" asks the bald Alpha. A smirk forms on my lips. "Well, because I have found out something even more interesting about a certain princess. 2 days ago, I visited a seer who saw a glimpse of the future. Even if I defeated Leandre in the battle, I still won't be king. The seer showed me that I can only be king once I mate, and mark a princess of Crest Pack." I inform the Martins what she told me, and he snickers. "Impossible. That pack was wiped out a decade ago." I shake my head at him, and the old man seems more confused. 2 members of the royal chosen family survived the vicious attack, and in their veins run power like no other, power to command wolves. With the werewolf princess by my side, no one will rise against my rule. Do you know who these royal members are? I smile, remembering that it's my beautiful Anaiah. I didn't see this one coming, but I'm delighted. Yes, I'm in contact with the princess, I answer Martin. Then mark her so that we can finally get Leandre from the throne, he shouts. I can see that my brother is getting frustrated with this man, as he keeps rolling his eyes every 5 seconds. She has to accept me, and she will sooner or later, I inform them. What? How will you do that? Asks Anaiah in an irritating tone, passing a drink to Jacob, but he doesn't take it. She frowns and gulps it. When the seer informed me that Anaiah was the princess of the Crest Pack, I wasn't too shocked. I knew that there was something special about that girl, and her being Enrique's sibling only confirmed how special she is. I've known Enrique for years, and we are on good terms. However, he refuses to ally with anyone, but now that he has found his sister, he will ally with a pack she sides with, and I'll make sure it's my pack. I don't think she will come to you so easily, brother. Oh, she will. She will, I hum. I will make it my mission to bring Anaiah to my side, no matter what. She's the key to my being king. Sir, we have been keeping an eye on the future Luna and she has gone back to the royal pack. One of the spies I put on Anaiah informs me. I hit the mahogany as anger burned inside me. Is Anaiah taking back Leandra? Or is she going to reject him once and for all? My mind is buzzing with questions. Get out, I order the Alpha and his daughter. Seeing how angry I am, they don't protest. My brother is watching me intently. She has gone back to him, I tell him quietly. Was there any doubt? She's his mate, Eric. Jacob sighs in a bored tone. Lately, he has withdrawn into a shell and is not too keen to go against the La Vista. All this will only bring bloodshed and interminable grief to those who will be caught in the middle, Jacob says, with a faraway look in his gaze. That's called collateral damage. Do you think Leandra will surrender? Give up his pack so easily, and I'll take it in the most brutal way possible, even if I'll have to decapitate everyone who stands in my way, especially that sister of his. I could have sworn that a growl left my brother's throat, but I may have just imagined it. His eyes flickered dark before going back to their normal color, blue, like our late mother's. Do I sense indecisiveness in you? Don't you want to go after that family? His gaze is discomfiting, and I peer at him. They killed our father, mother, and sister, I remind Jacob. He looks hurt by this. A few years ago, before Leandre was king, my father challenged Alpha Mike La Vista for his throne. The council accepted it, and they fought for hours. My father ended up conceding, but that bastard killed him, mercilessly in front of all packs as a show of strength and after the death of my father. My mom was not strong enough to survive, so she took her own life. Are you still blaming Leandra for Sansa's death? Jacob asks. Sansa was my sister, who fell madly in love with Leandre in high school, but the bastard only used her and dumped her like trash. My sister begged him to accept her for months until one fateful night when she was coming from his pack. She was involved in a car accident. The doctors declared her brain dead, and we had to pull the plug. I think that was what fueled my dad to challenge King Mike at the time. He wanted vindication for Sansa's untimely death. For years the image of my father's head haunts me, and the scream of my mother still follows my dreams. I get to my feet and approach my brother. You will be by my side, right? To get our vengeance. He looks into my eyes with a new kind of determination and nods his head to affirm. Yes, my loyalty will always lie to you, my family, he says. Jacob has been loyal to me, and he's the strongest fighter I have. Jacob's POV. I was torn between my promise of revenge and my mate. Ever since I found out that Arya La Vista was mine, my views about everything changed. I was in denial at first. I couldn't believe that the moon goddess would pair me up with the daughter of the man who killed my parents, the one we were planning to get rid of sooner or later. I wanted to reject her instantly, but when I looked into her beautiful doe eyes and our skin touched, I couldn't. She bound me to her without ropes, and I knew that if any harm befalls her, I will lose my mind. I watch my brother talk about how he wants to kill the family, and my heart aches, imagining Arya's lifeless body. I closed my eyes and sat on my brother's couch, gripping the glass in my hands until it shattered to pieces. Finally, Martin and his bitch daughter left. My brother continued to tell me his plan for the royal pack, and my heart was restless. I left his office and dialed my mate's number. I thought she wasn't going to answer, but she did. I can't talk now. She ends the call. I needed to speak to her. I need her to accept my proposition soon. I sent her a text. Do you have an answer for me? I know I look it, but I'm not as patient, especially when it comes to her. I needed to feel her body against mine. I needed to be with her, even though I know we can never be anything more. I'm still thinking about it, was her response. As I made my way to the pack house, a few she-Lycans tried to lure me to them, but I wasn't seeing them. I turned and tossed in my sleep at night until I went outside. Shifting into my Lycan form, I run straight to the border between the royal territory and the northern pack. Shit. What kind of spell is Arya La Vista casting on me? I've never been this irrational in my life. Focus, Jacob, focus. I needed control. The patrol started their rounds, and I hid in the bushes. I didn't know what I was hoping to find by coming here. Maybe remnants of her smell that was driving me crazy. After a few hours, I went back to the pack. I went to my penthouse, where images of my mate taunted me. Hi, I heard a sultry voice, Sophia. Sophia is a colleague at work, and we sleep together. There are no emotions involved. She drops down the coat she is wearing, leaving her bare to me, yet I feel nothing towards her. What the fuck is wrong with you? She inquires, scrutinizing me. I'm not in the mood, I answer, bored. She wanted to protest, but I growled and she left. Arya, I sighed. I should hate her, despite her what her family did, but I hate myself more for thinking of her. I tried to hate her, but I didn't. I admire how strong she is. She's very beautiful with a hint of a devil in her gaze. Anaiah's POV. I was thinking about what Leandre told me about the Jones family. Their hatred for the royal pack is because they blame them for the death of their parents. But why did your father kill him when he conceded? I ask. He was ordered to by the council. Rumors were that he was working against them. I lean into his warm torso. It was a cold night, and his body warmth was so great against my skin. I glance up at him, and he kisses my lips. I giggle, but have the strength to push him away. Continue, I say. He clears his throat, carefully laying my head on the left side of his chest. I can hear the thumping of his heart. Sansa and I had a relationship when we were young. I ended it because she wanted something serious, and I didn't because she wasn't my mate. But she kept coming until one day, she got involved in a terrible accident. He stops talking, hurting a little as he thinks about it, and I rub circles on his chest. Does he blame himself? I place kisses on his torso and he chuckles. That tickles. He pulls me on top of him and caresses my cheek. I love you. Please. It hurts too much, he begs. Anna, you mean everything to me. He starts to caress my body. My nipples harden as his fingertips brush over them. He tears my shirt in half, leaving me exposed before him. A smile appears on his lips, and he takes this time to appreciate my body. He sits up and kisses my neck. Leon. His fingers skillfully caress my body as his hard erection presses against my stomach. He chants the words love to hear, and they drive me crazy with desire. I needed him right now. Leon swiftly switches our positions, so I was under him, and he tears my thong. Our eyes are locked as his 2 fingers make their way to my entrance, and he makes a sensual thrust. My hips arch up and down. My moans get louder when he takes my nipple into his mouth while he caresses the other. He is a good multitasker. He leaves my upper chest, and I feel his hot breath on my core, making me shudder. His tongue thrust into my pussy, and my fingers entwined in his hair. Leon, I explode an orgasm. His lips curve into a smile. I pull him closer to me and unbuckle his jean and pull down his boxers. I caress his long, thick dick, and he let out a satisfied groan. My mate brutally enters me, and I lock my legs around his waist. His thrusts are savage and hungry. He continues to thrust in me like never before, solidifying our bond. I feel a wave of pleasure hit me just as his canines brush against my neck. He wants to mark me, but he is hesitant. I am ready for it. I want his mark. I want the whole world to know that I belong to him. I don't care about the ceremony. I just want to be fully his. Mark me, baby. His breath is coming out in short pants. But the seer ceremony, everyone. I don't care. Just mark. Make me yours, Leon, I beg. I want you to be mine. Mine, mine. He growls in my ear. I feel the power within me stir like never before, and when he bites into my flesh, I reach my pinnacle. I feel darkness surround me, but I fight it. I need to mark him as well. I manage to overpower him and get on top of him. His eyes are darker than night, and I bent down, licking and sucking his sensitive neck. My canines elongated and I pierce them into his skin. He groans and releases inside me. I fall on his body and he holds me tighter as I sleep. The next morning, I hear the shower running and realize it is Leon taking a shower. Memories of what happened came to me, and I smile, my fingers immediately flying to touch my mark. It's healed. I get out of bed and sat at the vanity table, admiring my beautiful mark in the mirror. It is crest tattoos that had our initials on them. My mate gets out of the shower and kisses me longingly. Being marked by him makes my emotions intensify, and I want him to take me again. But we have things to do. I have to bathe. I sigh, and he puts me down, pouting like a kid. I rush into the bathroom. I get ready in a white dress and heels. I subtly do my makeup and walk out. Seeing me, Leon stands up and extends his hand to me. "You look gorgeous. It's unfair," he says, and I blush at his compliment. Leandra doesn't tell me where we were going. I get into the car, and as we move, I feel anxious. Just where are we going? My mate reaches out to hold my hand, and we get out of the car. We reach a huge stadium that has thousands of Lycans. My nerves were a mess, and I swallow thickly as I ask, "What is going on?" Leandre only smiles and directs me to a huge stage. All the Lycans got to their feet and bow their head in respect. My gaze goes to the ones on the lower stage next to us. Lycans of high rank. They are betas, gammas, deltas, and top warriors. They are more than 50. I feel a presence behind me, and I turn around to see Princess Arya and Dan. The girl smiles and hugs me lovingly. "Don't ever do that to us again," she whispers. "Don't lie to me. I detest liars," I retort. I don't hold it against them, but I'm still hurt. "You are an Altamirano, right, Princess?" She bows, still smirking. Dan comes to greet me, and I respond politely. "Ladies and gentlemen," my mate's voice booms, stopping all the chattering. He glances at me and extends his hand, which I take. "As many of you have heard, I found my beautiful mate, Anaiah." I didn't expect the crowd to burst out in cheers. I was flustered by this. With a simple hand gesture from their Lycan King, They quieten and he proceeds. Therefore, I cancelled my marriage to Anaiah Martin and is not allowed in the territory. The crowd once again cheer in happiness. I get the feeling that Anaiah is not liked here. Leandre announced to everyone that in a month I'll have my Luna ceremony, which I didn't expect, but I am happy about it. I will be his queen. Later, most of the members leave to go to their homes, and only the high-ranking members stay to talk to the king. They are over 100 in total, and most of them have something to say. I'm yawning every 5 seconds, and was even happier when he said to wrap up. Some members even approach me to pay their respect. I feel Arya hug me from behind and introduce me to a girl named Dennis. Dennis is fierce and pretty with heavy red curls and flawless honey skin. She is a general in the Western District. She extends her hand towards me, and I don't miss the smirk that appears on her lips. And my wolf growls lowly. She was one of his lovers. My eyes are bloodshot, and she notices this, making her bow. We discuss a bit with her before she goes to the king. I watch the woman interact with the higher ranking with confidence and passion. I wonder if I'll be able to stand with Leandre like that and discuss issues of the pack. You will, Anna. You are slowly getting there, says Shallow confidently. Indeed, I will get there, and after all, I'm the moon goddess' chosen child and was specially made for Leon. Arya's POV. I felt his presence even in my sleep, but I shook my head. Jacob couldn't come here. He wasn't stupid. I rolled on my side, and when the bed deepened and tingles run down my body, I jerked up awake. No, I muttered, getting out of bed and facing the arrogant man who was now sitting at the end of my bed. Arya, how did you get in my room? I interrogated coldly. Does he have no fear? This is the fucking king's castle. Doesn't matter. I needed to see you. I frowned at his response while he smirked. He was too arrogant. How dare you come into my home? My room? I angrily say, crossing my arms against my chest. His eyes roam over my body, and I realize I'm only wearing short silk nightwear. Blood rushes to my veins, but I play it cool. Arya, have you made a decision? He is serious now, taking me slightly back. He stands up and walks closer to me. His hands rest on my waist and kiss my forehead. I want your body, he whispers. I was baffled at his bluntness. I take a deep breath and put some distance between us. An annoying smirk formed on his lips, and he knew that I was going to accept his proposal because I need him. I feel flustered. Dinner, tomorrow night at my casino, he says, and I nod. He picks my hand up and brings it to his lips. My heart is pounding desperately, and I feel stupid. I'm Arya La Vista, for fuck's sake. I can't let him act this way. But the idiot has the mate bond on his side, and he knows it very well. We stay speechless for a long time, lost in each other's gazes until he advanced toward me. I forgot how to breathe when he leaned closer and kissed me, passionately. I was expecting it, so I moved with him, but what I didn't expect was how sweet and gentle the kiss is. He was savoring every part of me, and I did not hold back. The kiss was warming up my body, and my Lycan howled. However, the kiss was forbidden. It wasn't supposed to happen because of our pack's feud, but at this moment, the world faded away, and all the negativity didn't seem to matter. I wanted this man, fuck. I needed him with everything in me. Jacob held my nape and claimed more of my lips, as he desired so much. His lips were familiar against mine. Our kiss lasted a few minutes. We were breathing heavily, and he smiled when he pulled away. I blushed profusely, and amusement danced in his blue eyes. Jacob leaned over and kissed the part where my mark would go if we decided to make it official. A shiver runs through my body, and his eyes shone gold. His eyes tensed and conflict brewed within. Did his Lycan want to mark me? He turned around me, not wanting me to see him, and take deep breaths. I should go before I can respond, He leaves through the window. So that's how he got in here, idiot. The next morning, I woke up feeling nervous. I wore a black ensemble and went downstairs. I was surprised to find my brother and his woman at the dining table. Jack, Dan, and Jake were there too. Greeting them, I started eating my breakfast, ignoring Jack's intense gaze on me. Jack has always liked me since I was young, and we become an item once, but we ended it long ago when I found my first mate. I dragged my sister-in-law out for a much-needed girl time. We went shopping since she wants to change up her style to a more elegant and classic style, and I approved. I picked out most of her styles from famous brands and others from our local designers as being big on supporting local designers. "How are things?" she suddenly asks, ever since she came back from her brother's pack. Anna is stronger, and her aura is elevating slowly to something great. The way she is looking at me makes me feel like she can read my emotions, and I find myself confessing. I'm confused. Her gaze softens and she sighs. The designers who were taking her measurements leave immediately, and Anna sits next to me. What is it? I want a man I shouldn't, and it's suffocating. I feel tears sting my eyes, and she pulls me into a comforting embrace. Oh, Anna, I don't know what to do. We stayed there, and I told her everything except the name of the man I desired. I couldn't risk telling her, because now that she and my brother have marked each other, they can hear each other's emotions and thoughts. It will wreak havoc. Follow your heart. You only have one life to live, so make the most of it, she advises. I nod and caress her face. She's so grown now. A few Lycan females enter the boutique we were in, and upon recognizing us, they pay their respects and happily chat with their new Luna. I watch with a smile on my lips as she politely socializes with them. My phone chimes and I check it. It's a reminder. Dinner tonight with Jacob at City Light Casino. Jacob sent me the location of his casino in the city. It was on neutral ground, so no one would ever suspect us. I was wearing a black dress that reached my mid-thigh and my favorite heels. I did my makeup subtly. I didn't want to put in much effort, but I did a good job to enhance its femininity. Brushing my hair and checking myself in the mirror one last time, I left. My driver, Kai, eyed me suspiciously when I told him where to drop me off, but he didn't question me. "Should I wait for you, Mom?" he asks. I look at the magnificent building and nod negatively to my driver. He scowls, but I smile assuringly. When I get in the lobby, a man in a suit directs me up the stairs, and my breath gets caught when I see him. Jacob is standing a few meters away. He's wearing a white dress shirt and black pants. I swallow and check him out. He smirks when he notices and waves the man who escorted me here away. "Arya, you look beautiful." He sighs. "Thanks, we are on the roof. It's beautiful. And we have the best view of the city, and I can see the Royal Pack skyscrapers all the way." I sigh and turn to face Jacob. He was watching me. We both sit down, and it's silent, not knowing what to say to each other until the waitress comes. I order a Long Island cocktail, while the waiter gives him another whiskey. "Thank you for coming tonight," he says as my order comes. The waitress who brought the drinks flirtatiously smiles at him, and I growl a bit annoyed. The idiot chuckled discreetly, and my heart melted at the way his eyes shone. "So what would our relationship be like?" I ask. He takes a sip of his whiskey and begins to discuss. "Our relationship will be, of course, only physical. Yes, we can arrange when we'd meet for our pleasure, and neither of us is to succumb to the mate bond. Remember, we are only doing this for our Lycans, being there, don't want the mate bond." He seems shocked by my revelations, and he swallows thickly. "You've been mated before?" he asks after observing me. I nod slowly, and he grips his glass tighter in his hand. Is he jealous? I wonder. He opens his mouth to speak, but I interrupt him. "I don't want to talk about it, especially with you. I understand. I could tell that he was curious to know, but he didn't question further. I didn't want him to know personal details about me. No strings were attached between us. Hence, I didn't want to know anything about him. I need to at least know something about you other than your title and name, he says resolutely. 22 years old. I work at my family company and I'm one of my brother's advisors in matters of the pack. I sigh. He nods, and I straighten my back. So tell about yourself. Well, I'm 24 years old. I run my family business, such as casinos, resorts, and all in the entertainment areas. I am the beta of my pack, but it's expanding and we'll have another branch, so I'm alpha there, he informs me. My mind drifts to the packs. Just how many Lycans are the Jones recruiting on their side? Are they so many that they are expanding? Does Leon know that? He clicks his tongue, and I'm brought back to the present. If we are to do this, Miss La Vista, no pack business. We are not enemies. We are acquaintances with sexual benefits, he says, as if he was reading my thoughts. This is wrong. You are Jacob Jones. We can't. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I was panicking. I grabbed my purse and stood up, but he grabbed my wrist. I looked into his eyes, and all I saw was desire, raw need for me, and my body burned. Oh, Lord. Arya, your body craves mine, and so does mine. You can't back out on me now. Please. His voice was soft, and it calmed me, however. I realized how much he reminded me that our relationship is only physical. Was he trying to convince himself as well? I take back my seat and breath in. As we discuss a little, the waiters come with food. I ordered French cuisine, and he got Italian. The waitress leaves after sending him a disappointed look, and we eat our food slowly. Arya La Vista, I'm an impatient man, and I want an answer. Jacob's POV. I watched her watch the view. She was mesmerizing, and I got more attracted to her. Arya is a refined woman and speaks with confidence. I listen as she tells me about her interests in art. It soothes her. However, she has not accepted my offer yet, so I graze her hand gently, making her jump as tingles erupt on our skin. Is that a yes? She still seems hesitant. She's going to make me beg, won't she? I pulled my seat next to her and caressed her inner thigh. Her breath jolted, and I smiled as I leaned in to kiss her neck. I continued teasing her with my fingers and lips, all while she suppresses a moan. I bite her sensitive neck and a moan escapes her, making me hard in my pants. Not that it takes a lot to when she's this close to me. All I want is to scatter everything on this table and fuck her right here and now. But I needed her to say yes to me, so that the fun and games can begin. She gripped the back of my hair and pulled me closer to her. Arya La Vista was wet, and she wanted me. My fingers brushed against her core, and she held back her moan. Water she jerked, and her words got lost in her moans as my fingers invaded her womanhood. I thrust in and out of her with ease. She wanted more, and soon I had her on the table after crashing all the cutlery to the floor. Her thighs sprayed for me, and I stood between them just as she locks her legs. I shower her with kisses. Her lips are delicious, and her scene is enticing me in the cruelest ways. However, I don't go far, and she is frustrated. You haven't accepted my proposition about having sex with me yet. She doesn't respond, so I go back to my seat, glancing at her while she glares at me ferociously. Won't you finish what you started? I smile only to annoy her. She takes her seat next to me and says what I've been wanting to hear. Yes, I accept. I didn't waste any time capturing her lips in a passionate kiss. I wanted to take her so badly, but not there. I was excited to have her, and I guided her to the hotel part of the casino. The elevator ride to the top floor was long, so I seized her lips again, and she fiercely smooched me back. We were hungry for one another. I was untamed, and as soon as the elevator stopped right on my suit, I carried her, making her yelp in surprise. I gently placed her on the bed, and my fingers explored her perfectly curved body. She reacted to me and arched her back. I ripped her dress and took off her thong. I watched every expression of hers as I fingered her relentlessly. She was embarrassed and covered her mouth with the smaller pillow. But I wanted to hear her. So I threw it away. I want to hear your moans, I husked. I was driving her crazy with desire, and she wanted her release. She helped me out of my clothes, and her fingers gently brushed against my chest, making me groan. She came closer to kiss it, and I groaned in satisfaction. I lay her back down and slowly entered her already wet core. She bit down my flesh when I did, and I thrust into her tight pussy. This time was different. The first time was rushed, and our Lycans were ballistic, but this time, I want to take my time in pleasing her, worshipping her body, and inscribe every part of her in my mind. I yearned to make her mine in all ways. Her moans were music to my ears, and the slapping of our skins was the sound that pleased me the most. Our moves were perfect, gentle, like a rhythm to a slow song. We stared into each other's eyes, and I knew that something profound was happening to us. I drowned in pleasure and under me. She moved her hips, making me crazier than I was. All the flings from my past could never compare to this woman, my mate, who I couldn't mark. Her body started trembling beneath me, and so did mine. We were close, so fucking close. I thrust into her while caressing her round breast, and a few seconds later, she screamed my name as she orgasmed. Soon, the sensation hit me, and I removed my dick just as my seeds spilled on her tight stomach. Oh, goddess. This was nothing as I imagined. We are silent for a long time. Panting in satisfaction, I face her, and she opens her eyes, smiling at me. I reached over to kiss her, but she deepened the kiss, and I groan. Liking her. She's horny just like me. Arya caressed my erection, and before I could get over her, she flipped us over and straddled me. I smirked. It was her time to be in charge now. She moved in and out of me at her pace. Her breast bounced up and down as she did, and I watched her intently. "Ah, Jacob," she moaned. My fingers caressed her breast, and I guided her to get on her knees and hands. I was behind her and pumped into her. I hit her G-stop, and she was screaming my name. "I'm coming." I kissed her back, and I gripped her hips, slamming harder into her until we come. She collapsed on the bed, and I did right next to her. We were getting exhausted, as we have been doing it for hours now. I planted kisses on her face, and I heard her breath even as she fell asleep. I found myself smiling as I watched her sleep. She is as perfect as a goddess. Perfect indeed. Anaiah's POV. I've been working late hours, so that from morning to mid-morning, I attend a business management class online. Not because I'll use my certificate, but because I need to learn the ropes about the sector. I get ready for work, and Jake drives me there. Surprisingly, Jack tagged along just to complain to his twin brother about how Arya has been treating him. From what I gathered, after Arya was rejected by her mate, she found comfort in Jack's arms, and they had a fling for a while before she decided to end it. "I think she's seeing someone else," sighs Jack, running a hand in his ginger hair. Jake is mostly ignoring him, as so he puts his head between the seats to talk to me. "Luna, do you think she's seeing someone?" I look at him awkwardly, remembering the discussion I had with Arya a month ago. She is seeing someone else, but it is not in my place to tell Jax, so I shrug my shoulders innocently. I'm pressing on the phone, replying to messages from Angie since she didn't make it here today. The car stops in front of the restaurant. As usual, Jake escorts me in to make sure that I'm safe and leaves. It was hard to convince that mate of mine to not let Jake be in my place of work, but alas, he accepted. Ever since Leon introduced me to the pack and marked me, my status has gone to a higher. But I'm glad that here at work, they respect my decision to treat me like any other employees. The rest of the day goes on smoothly until I'm asked to get a special order, and to my surprise, it's the Alpha's daughter Anaiah. She is wearing a black ensemble and has a huge hat over her hair. This is not her usual style, but she manages to look sexy. "What are you doing here?" I ask in a hard tone. "I came to see you, Anaiah Ross, is it?" She hisses. I roll my eyes and cross my arms against my chest. "You're not allowed in this territory, and as Luna and Queen of the Royal Pack, I command you to leave." Anaiah raises her eyebrows and looks me up and down as if I am dirt, but she doesn't intimidate me. "I came to warn you to stay away from Leandre. He's mine." I clutch my fist to my side, retaining the edge to slap her across her face. "Ross, you're a stupid little brat who will be nothing but his downfall. You are a poor and weak Omega," she shouts, causing the other customers to look at us. "So this bitch just came here to say this? Look at you. You will always be average. The best thing you can do is reject the king and let someone worthy of the position take over. Because if you do, this pack will fall and it will be your fault, bitch." Her words almost got to be, but I remember that I'm also a princess of wolves in my right. I'm more powerful than most Lycans, and I am the moon goddess' blessed child. Anaiah came here to take away my confidence, to make it insecure, but she will fail, and never will I shake again due to her words. Leandre is my mate and he loves me. I carry his mark and I'm his queen, not this wannabe. You came all the way to tell me that? Do you think I will run away with guilt? You're wrong, Anaiah, I growl. I hit my hands on the table and she jumps in fright. Leon is my mate, and I carry his mark. I'm your queen, and I demand you leave this pack. Or I'll take this as a challenge. I look into her eyes and see fright. I exude my alpha aura and she gasps. She thought I was a weak Omega. Anaiah is having an inner conflict with her Lycan. She's stubborn and won't swallow her pride. But her Lycan knows better. I wish I could reveal my abilities to her, but I can't. My brother said it's dangerous, and we might not know who is watching. I'm not scared of you, she stutters. I smirk and lean close to her. Give the fuck out. Anaiah slowly stands up. She is a prideful woman and hates to accept defeat. But I am her queen, even her Lycan could recognize that. My mistake was to turn my back on her. Anaiah jumps on me and digs her sharp claws into my flesh. I let out a howl and I immediately hear my mate's voice comes through the mind link, asking if I was always just fine. Bye, baby. Just need to put a bitch in her place. I close off the mind link and take a deep breath. I turn around with so much strength and shrug Anaiah of me, and she flies to the other side of the room and reached the ground with a thud. Customers scream and scatter at the violence they witness. You bitch, how dare you to lay your hands on me, I growl, my body shaking as I advance toward the Alpha's daughter. Anaiah gets off the ground and pounces at me, but I am fast to attack her. I punch her in the face a few times and kick her. I grab her neck and lift her off the ground even though she is a few inches taller. I threw her into the nearest wall. She was no quitter, so she charges at me, but before she can reach me, she is restrained by Jake. The huge man is holding her with ease, while she shouts to be released, and in frustration, she starts slopping insults in my face. I feel tingles on my body and I know my mate was right next to me. I didn't mean to, but I move away from his touch and it hurt him. I need to deal with his bitch ex now, or else she will think she can walk over me dirty. Anaiah needs to be put in her place now. Anaiah, roars the king. His roar was powerful. It made the ground vibrate beneath us, and everyone in the room bows their heads except me. He was my mate, so his aura didn't affect me as greatly as the others. He walks toward her like a predator. "How dare you come on my land? I can kill you right now and there shall be no consequences." I hold his shoulder to stop him from doing whatever he was about to do. If someone is to teach that brat a lesson, it would be me. My mate twists his neck to look at me. His eyes soften and I smile. He looks relieved. Anaiah came all the way to insult and intimidate me. I politely asked her to leave, but she disregarded and attacked me. "I think we should duel," I tell him, and his eyes almost bulge. Even though I've shown him that I'm strong, he's still worried that I can't beat a Lycan, and it makes my blood boil that my mate has no faith in me. Leandre, my love, she is not the right woman for you." The bitch screeches, and I want to lunge at her, but I refrain. I need to teach her a lesson, the right way. If I were to cause her harm, Alpha Martin would use this to gain sympathy from the other packs. I made a promise to myself that I will be an asset to my mate, not a liability. "Please, love, I think Anaiah and I need this. A match." "Yes, I'll tear you apart, you pathetic Omega." "Leandre, how can you leave me for this child?" "A whore," the Alpha's daughter shouts, making Jake purposely hurt her with his sharp claws for insulting me. "Fuck you," she mutters. This woman has no respect, even with all these enemy Lycans in her presence. She's busy throwing insults. "Please let me at her," I ask my mate. He sighs deeply, and I know that I'm getting the approval. He turns to the bitch. "A match?" "Yes, a match." As we reach the huge arena, I'm surprised to find there are so many people occupying the seats, all ready to watch the fight. News flies fast. Anaiah is talking to a few Lycans from her pack. She is smirking while looking here. They were allowed here because this part is on neutral ground, so anyone can come. Leandra cups my face and puts his head over mine. "Are you sure about this?" He is worried. I smile to assure him that I can do this. "Don't worry about me. I am a warrior in my pack, remember?" And Anaiah may not look it, but she's a strong Lycan. He sighs. I put my hand on his shoulder to give him more assurance, but his body goes rigid, and I catch his scent. Erickson is here. We turn to the huge entrance, and indeed, the Alpha of the Northern Pack is walking toward us with a smile on his lips. Next to him is a tall, handsome man with tanned skin and nice blue eyes. However, his warm gaze is on Arya. I sense the tension between them. "What are you doing here?" growls my mate, holding me possessively to him. Erickson smiles and his gaze roams over me before answering my mate. "I came here to watch lovely Anaiah fight." "Hello, my princess," he says to me, and I swallow thickly. Leandre is confused, looking between the two of us. "You know each other?" he asks. I can feel his cold anger even though he tries to act calm. "Yes, she and I met at her brother's pack, and we almost got close." "Let's begin," I interrupt Erickson. Clearly, he only wants to annoy and frustrate Leandre. "Anya, you didn't mention it. That was the time she found out about your betrayal, by the way. How are the wedding preparations going? And what will dear Anaiah play in this?" My mate takes stride to Erickson, probably to punch him as he deserves, but I hold him. "Stop, Erickson, and I told you not to come near me again," I say. He looks at me lovingly, and my mate stands in front of me, shielding me from his view with his huge frame. The Alpha and King are glaring at each other, their aura entwining. Erickson is stubborn and strong, but Leandre is stronger and more imposing. Finally, Erickson bows subtly to his king. Anaiah is walking towards us with a cocky expression, and I scowl. She stands next to Erickson and smiles. "Are you ready to see which one will be a better queen?" She smirks. No doubt in my mind that Anaiah Altamirano will be victorious, he says. As sure as day, and I'm taken aback. I wish Leandra believes in me like that. Altamirano, repeats the Alpha's daughter, confused. You don't go around challenging anyone without proper research. Erickson is not fond of Anaiah as well. Does anyone other than her pack like this vile woman? Anaiah is not too confident now, and her demeanor has changed to an unstable one. Let the fight begin, grits my mate. Erickson smiles at me, and the man he came with nods. May the worthy queen win. His voice is husky, and his brazen expression goes between Anaiah and me, before following Erickson to the VIP front center, where they can nicely watch the match. All right, kick her sorry ass, chimes Arya. I give her a quick hug, and the rest of the guys wish me luck and go to their seats. My mate pulls me into an embrace and inhales my scent. Be careful and don't expose your neck, and be quick on your feet, because… I cut him off with a sweet kiss. He kisses me back and earns cheers from the pack members. I blush when we pull away. I'll be fine, trust me. I go to the center where the bitch Anaiah is waiting. She has a dangerous smile on her lips, and I squint my eyes. Just a few seconds ago, she was wary. I need to be careful with her. Anaiah's POV. You'll regret coming into our lives today. I'll show you and everyone that you are not a strong queen they need. I'll humiliate you, Anaiah sneers. I waited for her to finish with the insults. They didn't even bother me anymore. Shallow and I were very confident we'll win. We surrounded each other, assessing us, and it was she to throw the first punch. I was late to dodge, and she hit me right on the cheek, and quickly another one. The crowd was already buzzing with excitement. Leandre will be mine once I kill you. My body was shaking in anger now, and my canine extend, however. This was my fight, not Shallow's. So I pulled her back to the back of my mind. I throw a hard punch at her, and she takes some steps back. I don't wait for her to regard her composure. I kick her again in the gut this time, and she staggers a few meters from me. We continue fighting man-to-man combat. I can tell that she is getting tired and frustrated, because she is using so much strength and anger to attack me while I dodge. Anaiah is a good fighter, but she is not agile like me. While my feet are light and faster, I kick her several times in her weak point, her joints and sides. She is now panting and glaring at me while I smile and bend down to dodge her vicious kick. I duck quickly and hit her side again and again. A growl ripes from her chest, and she halts her movements. I'm going to kill you, bitch. I only shrug, bouncing on my feet. Her canines and claws elongate, and her eyes turn into a darker shade that can only indicate that her wolf has taken control. Shift, she growls, but I shake my head negatively. I will only do that when necessary. Her form is stronger and faster, making me more careful and not leaving any opening for her. She manages to dig her claws in my skin for the second time today. But like before, I didn't scream, only hiss in pain, and she smiles in victory. I groan and punch and kick her as she aims for my neck. I manage to give her a hard blow in the chest that makes her retreat for a bit. Blood is coming out from the injury she caused, and I feel my mate's distress through the mate bond. I'm all right. I manage to send a link, but he doesn't respond. We continue the fight, and she fully shifts into a beautiful brown Lycan. It's almost as tall as my human form, and bigger than other female Lycans because of her alpha blood. The crowd gasps and screams for me to shift, while others as her to kill me. My wolf comes to the surface. I feel empowered by Shallow and stronger than before. I exude my aura, making her growl a little. I extend my claws, ready to truly fight for my life and what belongs to me. My life, dignity, and status. Anaiah's Lycan charges at me at full speed, but I left myself in the air and soar over her. digging my claws into her fur, and she howls. She tries to shake me off her, but I dig deeper until she wiggles and throws me against the wall. I quickly pick myself up and stand. This time, I lunge at her, determined. She's taller, and she is angrier, so I decide to be tactical. I can fight under her, scratching and hitting her forelegs. I do just that, and Anaiah's Lycan keeps bending her neck to see what I'm doing under her. She tries to jump from one position to another, but I don't let her, kicking her legs and clawing her when I get a chance. A lot of blood is oozing from her, and when she manages to kick me with her hind legs, it's not painful. The mob on my side cheers loudly and shouts my name as they see I'm winning now. I get up and with all my strength jump over her and tighten my legs around her and grip her huge neck with my arms. She tries to shake me off, but I hold tighter, even kicking as I squeeze her. So glad I wore these heel ankle boots today. I hit her with my knees until she weakens. I get off her and kick her side. I inhale and channel the moon goddess power within me, and I land one last kick on the side of her neck. Her huge Lycan hits the hall so hard that she whimpers as she falls to the ground and shifts into her human form from the pain. Anaiah is naked and covered in blood. She has a busted lip and a broken nose. There are huge claw marks all over her once perfect body. She tries to stand up with a sneer, but falls right back. I crouch down and grip her hair. She yelps, and her pack members growl at me for treating their alpha in such a disrespectful manner. But I only smirk. I win. Bitch. I push her head against the ground and lift my heel to her neck. Memories of Eunice doing the same to me comes back, and a wave of guilt washes over me. But I quickly push it away. This woman has been nothing but rude to me. She made me feel so weak and intimidated me. She deserves this infamy, this defeat. Finish her, Luna, someone shouts in the crowd. I can do that if I wanted, but I'm no killer. All she needs to do is to bow and concede. Then I can let her go. The crowd is chanting so many things, and I feel eyes on me, particularly from my mate and Alpha Erickson. They want to know what I'll do. Slowly, I bring down my leg to her neck, waiting and whimpering. I gape. Anaiah is on her knees, and her neck inclined to me. The crowd screams louder than ever, and I retreat, but still keep my eyes on her. I won, and she submitted it to me.